I have no idea what Mr. Laurent will think of me. It's my fault. I should have known it was going to be a bad day. The universe had been warning me since morning. Today was my first day at the Grand Haven Hotel, and I didn't want to be late for it. But ironically, I forgot to set my alarm at night, which meant I had exactly 10 minutes to get ready. In my haste, I spilled toothpaste on my clothes, and when I tried to clean it up, I made them worse. Then, on the way to work, my bus broke down, 4 blocks from the hotel, forcing me to walk the rest of the way. When I got to the hotel, I was out of breath, but I told myself that nothing else could go wrong. Then, I narrowly avoided slipping on a freshly scrubbed floor in the staff hallway. Still, I composed myself, reassured myself it was just nerves, and confidently walked across the gleaming marble to my front desk, ready to impress. But my confidence lasted for about 5 minutes. The lobby was beautiful. High ceilings, gold chandeliers, and a scent that was a wonderful blend of strawberry and mystery. Guests strolled past designer boutiques, dressed in clothes that probably cost more than my monthly rent. Everything was going well until he arrived, Mr. Laurent. I recognized the name immediately. A VIP guest, the kind of guest the whole world was crazy about. And the way he walked in, shoulders back, sunglasses on, even though it was night, I could tell he was used to attracting people. He slid his sleek black credit card across the counter and didn't even look at me. "Penthouse," he said, as if I should have had his key ready before he came in. I flashed my best customer service smile. "Sure, Mr. Laurent. Welcome back to the Grand Haven. Just give me a moment." I stopped. I checked the system again and again. His reservation was gone. Oh no. I refreshed the page, but to no avail. His reservation was nowhere to be found, as if the system had erased all traces of it. My stomach tightened. "Oh, Mr. Laurent, I'm having trouble locating your reservation, but I'm sure we'll figure it out in a moment." He slowly took off his glasses. "Are you telling me my suite isn't ready?" I looked at my manager, who was suddenly too busy pretending to read a document. "Very well. I tried different spellings, different dates. Nothing." "Sir, I promise we'll fix it," I said, keeping my voice calm. "Do you mind just waiting a little while?" Darkness fell everywhere. The lobby was plunged into darkness. For a second, there was complete silence. Then the guests started to grumble. "You've got to be kidding me," he muttered. Every emergency light in the lobby was now on. Just then, my manager stepped forward. "Just a minor problem, Mr. Laurent," she said with forced cheer. "The backup generators will restore power soon." "Let me guess," he said, scratching his chin. "You haven't got my reservation yet?" I barely controlled my nervousness and forced a smile onto my face. "Oh, not right now, sir, but I assure you that as soon as the power comes back on." He cut me off with a dramatic sigh. "Okay, then put me in another suite." I nodded immediately, my fingers hovering over a keyboard, and before I could type anything, "Oh yeah, the system can't even turn on without power." Panic gripped my being. "I don't have access to the system yet, but as soon as—" "Unbelievable," he said angrily, pulling out his phone and starting to text, presumably informing his millions of followers of the disaster in Grand Haven. Just then, a quiet voice rang in my ears. It was a message from security. "Hello, front desk. There's been a problem here." "Oh, please, no more." I pressed the button and asked, "What kind of problem?" There was a pause. Then, "A guest is stuck in the elevator." Perfect. I turned to my manager, whispering, "There's someone stuck in the elevator." She closed her eyes for a moment, then smiled at Mr. Laurent. "Sir, if you'll just give us a few minutes, we'll do it." "Unacceptable," he interrupted. "I've had a long flight, and I'm not waiting until you figure out how to do your job." I was breaking out in a cold sweat. This was a 5-star luxury hotel, and in the span of 15 minutes, I had lost a VIP reservation, witnessed a power outage, and now a guest was stuck in the elevator. But then, somehow, I had an idea. I grabbed an actual room key from the locked cabinet, because thank God they still exist, and turned to Mr. Laurent. "Sir," I said, summoning every ounce of fake confidence I had left, "we're upgrading you to the presidential suite for the night, with a complimentary bottle of our finest champagne. We'll move your luggage to the penthouse first when the system comes back online." He paused, narrowing his eyes. "The presidential suite?" The moment he left, I breathed a sigh of relief. It was dangerous, my manager said. But will it work? I sighed. Somehow, yes. Now, let's deal with the elevator. The rest of my time was spent helping the unfortunate guest stuck in the elevator, apologizing to irritated guests, and handing out free vouchers like candy. By the time the power was restored and the system finally booted, I checked Mr. Lawrence's profile again. The booking had been there the whole time. I had just misspelled his name. That was when I decided I needed a strong cup of coffee and maybe a different job.